Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, doing Fire Emblem Heroes, talking about Summer Tiki, Summer Adult Tiki if you need to be complete about it, I suppose. But we're going to introduce her, we're going to go over her stats, we're going to talk about her default kit, examine what makes her tick, and then give you a few quick and easy SI things you could do to her if you would like to know how to turn her into a beast for PvP, or maybe make her into a defensive dynamo. I got some links for you, but first, let's get her digits. So, she does have a couple of pretty good stats here. The attack of 36 is a wonderful base attack stat. Her Melon Crusher that she comes with only goes up to 14 might, however, so that's going to cap us off at 50. Usually I like to see someone who's dealing a lot of damage at least at 51. Her defense is 32, which is pretty decent actually. Resistance 24 is not abysmal. You know, maybe we could take a hit from Sophia or someone like that. And a speed of 30 is actually not good at all. That's right at the place where we're slightly higher than a lot of people, slightly lower than a lot of people, so we're not going to get a lot of results from that 30, which is very unfortunate for her. She has a 21, 10, and 101 record as far as fighting one-on-one. Her Melon Crusher, though, has a very interesting perk. Whenever she's at 100% hit points, which, you know, will happen like once a bout, she'll get an attack speed, defense, and res buff of 2. Which is pretty cool. She'll get to swing at somebody and have all those bonuses, and that's actually going to bring up our stats there to 35, 4, and 101, when a lot of people are calling this effect like a Fury-like effect. It's not exactly Fury, so I'm calling it being angry. So whenever Summer Tiki is angry, we get 35, 4, and 101, which is really cool. She comes with Soul. I'm glad she has Soul, but as far as a special attack goes, there could be a lot better, but it does regenerate her measly hit point total, and she has a hard enough attack that she'll actually get some return from it. So it's not all bad. Close Defense 3 is her other new skill that she comes with, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. At level 3, plus 6 res and defense whenever she fights someone close in. That'll help her survivability, that along with Melon Crusher being able to handle, give her that little extra boost that she really needs. She's doing rather well. As you can see, she has a low loss count here, guys, and a lot of people that she draws against. That's not a bad thing. She is definitely meant to stand there and to be a moving wall. Unfortunately, she's not going to be dealing out the damage that you would want her to, because of how middling her weapon really is. Even though it gives her an effective attack of 52 for her first swing, it's not making up for it in the long run here, guys, which is probably the biggest drawback to Summer Tiki. Either that or maybe not just having enough speed to be able to double, but usually a high attack or a high speed will do, and right now she just doesn't have either. One thing that might make you want to pull for her regardless, however, is the Axe Valor. That gives you bonus SPs whenever the battle is complete. Just like the experience skills would give bonus experience points whenever everyone who matches that type would finish the battle. If there's another axe user in combat with her, at level 3 of this, she'll go ahead and double their SP gain, which is fantastic. I have some axe users that are a little bit lacking on skill, and Summer Tiki here would definitely patch that up for me. So there's a lot to like here, but there's already a few disappointing things. Let's go check the obituaries. So there's a lot of people here. This is all 35 of her wins when she's angry. And there's a lot of good people here to kill. There's Azura, there's a Felicia, there's a Julia, there's a Naui, Ninu, Reinhardt, Owen. I'm not going to read all the names to you guys. The faces are staring at you, soulless right now, because they're all dead. And she has a good kill roster. She's doing what she mostly needs to. There's some blues that she's leaving on the table, but for the most part, whenever she's angry, she's taking out some big threats, and then even after she takes a hit and no longer gets the anger bonus, she still has a lot of draws that she's coming up with, which is fantastic. Like I said, the big use for Summer Tiki is being able to have her as a moving wall so that she could go here, there, and everywhere and just take one to the face so you don't have to. One thing to be aware of, though, is her hit points were only 35, and that's sort of what's going to drive a lot of losses later on, because it's going to be very easy for people to overcome her, especially once she loses that free bonus, too, from being angry. Speaking of losing, up top you see the 4 people that kill us whenever we're fresh and angry. They're not really popular in the current meta, and it's not surprising that we see people like Laszlo here, and I'm actually a little surprised to see Lloyd. Lloyd, you do know that this is an axe user and not a dragon, right? No magic involved here, buddy. Anyway, those are who get rid of us, and you can see the people we're leaving on the table right underneath that, and we're leaving a lot of important people on the table. Luckily, we do see Ike and Ryoma here. Those are 2 really big threats for red that don't kill us because we have a nice defense and a good enough hit point total. But we're leaving a lot of other people on the table here that just will destroy us if we let them have the chance. So when it comes down to it, and a lot of those are red, you don't expect a green unit to really attack red, but on the other hand, it's really discouraging to know that her attack is just short of being able to really hammer into some people, and that her speed is also limiting her. It's like a double whammy. They're great stats, but they're just not great enough, unfortunately. Well, let's talk about how we can make her a little bit better. You can go with Lancebreaker 2 on her to be able to fill out the missing blues that she's having a hard time with. She doesn't cover them all. Mostly those with hard armor are still vexing to her, but if you have that Arthur standing around at 4 stars, you can get Lancebreaker 2 from him, and you don't need to go up to Lancebreaker 3. It's not going to be more effective in combat, and the total difference between the hit points because of her low hit point total really isn't that big of a hit, so it doesn't matter. If you really want Lancebreaker 3 though, if you happen to have a Narcian sitting around doing nothing, staring and trying to look pretty, you can go ahead and burn that and get her Lancebreaker 3. Dragback is also a good B skill slot. Since she has that defense, she can go up there, tag any of the 100 people that she draws against, and, well, bring them into their death, which sounds like a lot of fun to me. I have a couple of things to say about Renewal. First of all, it's not going to get you back to your angry status. Nothing's going to make you angry again. Don't ever think about trying to get angry again, unless you're trying to bring around and you'll with you. In that case, yeah, you'll probably get your bonus again, and it'll be a wonderful, refreshing second wind to help finish something off. But giving her that renewal will give her the actual staying power she needs to continue to block throughout multiple rounds of combat, and in 3 different chains of quests, so that is something to keep in mind. Swap and reposition, pick your poison here, guys. It's whatever you feel like, but she definitely is a front line kind of person, so moving people out of the way is what her assist skills should be able to do. I have a couple other things here to talk about, and I usually don't show too many things for you guys for suggestions, but this is just too tempting to pass on. Fury 3, you replace her close defensive skill with this. Whenever she attacks, even if she doesn't take any damage, as long as she's not plus hit point, she's going to suffer 8 damage, and that's going to put her into range of Wings of Mercy 3 to activate on her. This is a neat little trick that you could do to maybe put an Azura on your team, or Olivia, any kind of dancer or singer, be able to put right next to her right after she does that hit and give her a whole extra turn of Rampage. So that's pretty cool. It's something worth mentioning because it's an easy trick that synergizes well with many different groups of people. She's also okay with Vantage 3, to be honest with you. If you burn one of those 2 heroes, she has enough buff to knock people out on retaliation, and there are quite a few people who are strong. They're going to put her at a disadvantage after the hit, and so Vantage is going to give you that advantage. Get it? Sorry, I'm almost done here. Last thing I want to mention about Renewal 3 is that if you decide to give her Reciprocal Aid or Ardent Sacrifice with that, you can turn her into a pseudo-healer. I think this is a really cool niche for training teams. A lot of people like to run a dancer or 2 or a healer or 2 along with a new recruit for the training tower. If you do this though, you can have her running with them. And if they're an axe user, hey, they get bonus SP. Win-win. Hey guys, do me a favor. If this video gave you something to chew on, just rotate your phone if you're on mobile, or hit escape if you're on PC, and click that like button. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions about these builds or any comments, please put them down in the comment section down below. If you want to do PvP or defensive builds, those links are there for you. And until next time, take it easy.